A trifecta of winter weather, freezing over whatever is outside. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Gary Lezak for the latest.
'Tis the season for winter storms, and winter's wrath can take on several forms. The wind, the sleet, and the cold. But what about the snow?
I guess I'd hope it would snow more, like real snow, like blizzardish.
Some people love it.
I definitely like a lot of snow.
Others hate it.
How much snow do you want?
3 inch a month.
But no matter what, you have to prepare for it. Our skilled team of meteorologists understand how the winter months impact your daily life.
From icy danger
to knowing when to cancel school.
Our weather team gives you the best defense when winter weather hits our turf.
Using the proven LRC system, we help you prepare for the winter months, giving you and your family clear, complete coverage when winter weather strikes. Good evening. I'm 41 Action News Chief Meteorologist Gary Lezak. We are excited to bring you our winter weather special as we reveal the wonders and dangers winter can bring. Winter in the Kansas City area can be sporadic, dangerous, and it can impact your day drastically. It's a fascinating season that produces ice, sleet, freezing cold temperatures, and snow. But the most dangerous of all may actually be the ice. After 1 to 2 inches of ice accumulated on trees and power, a major ice storm shut down the city in 2002. It caused $32 million in damage, one of the worst storms in Kansas City's recorded history. And as meteorologist Gerard Gervais shows us, when ice is in the forecast, it's crucial to take it seriously.
Absolutely, Gary. I mean, snow and ice can both cause major issues on the roads, but freezing rain has a second punch that hits hard on trees and power lines.
Snow can be fun entertainment for some, but ice is no reindeer game. We showed you last year how trees can weigh 10 to 20 times more with just a half-inch layer of ice on them.
Until you've reached the breaking point.
It's no different with power lines. The weight of just 1/2 inch of ice on one power line can add over 1,000 pounds of additional weight. That's like having a horse doing a tightrope act between every power pole in the city. And things only get worse when you throw in some wind and falling trees.
We're at KCP&L's training facility in Cedar Point, and this contraption you see here has been built to show some of the dangers you could face during an ice storm.
Sometimes it'll just burn the tree limb off and it's not a big deal. Other times it'll sit up there and burn for quite a while.
Sean Spiewak with KCP&L likes for people to take a very hands-off approach.
You don't want to remove any branches yourself. Have somebody come out and do that professionally. We may have to de-energize the line to do that safely also.
So just how much electricity are we talking about here?
Most of our areas around the metro area are going to be 7,200 volts.
That's enough juice to light up 300,000 Christmas lights.
I actually got into a 7,200 volt line, lost my arm and my leg from an accident.
While we all want to avoid power lines at all costs, sometimes in ice storms, they can end up right on top of us, even when we are away from our homes.
Cars will slide off the road, hit poles, and every once in a while the pole will break and a wire comes down on top of the vehicle. So usually the safest place to be is stay inside of the vehicle. You don't want to open the door and step out because now you are a path to ground and all that electricity would end up going through your body.
The results of that can be pretty gruesome. Here's a hot dog for demonstration.
It actually burns your body from the inside out, coming hot.
Even the rubber tires on your car can act like conductors of electricity. But the experts still advise,
stay in the vehicle unless the vehicle catches on fire.
So the power is out. How about starting up a generator at home to get the lights back on?
Generators are a big concern, especially with our guys working out in the field, because what can happen is they can actually hook it up incorrectly and backfeed our system.
And that is a big danger to workers on the lines.
Even with that one extension cord with 120 volts, it will go back through the transformer, bump the voltage back up, but it might be 3,000–4,000 volts that it steps it up to. That is enough to blow off body parts, kill you. It would not be good.
So what should you do?
One of the easiest things to do is turn the main breaker off in your house.
It's clear to see ice and electricity are a dangerous combination. The best advice is to stay away. Call your power company to report the damage and let the pros handle it.
All right, Gerard, fantastic. Thank you so much. Safety is the #1 concern for school districts during these winter months, but for students, they just want the day off.
You know it, Gary. And for many schools, the weather forecast is a big deal. I talked to some up-and-coming weather experts about their winter predictions. This first grade class at Grandview Elementary in Higginsville loves anything weather related. Each month, a different student becomes the meteorologist for the class. I gave them some tips of the trade and learned these kids want snow.
A lot of snow because we usually don't have as much snow. Some sticky snow so it can make snowballs and snowmen.
They are predicting snow days will happen. How many snow days?
3.
3.
4 or 5. 2.
But making the call, not as easy.
We really understand the impact it has on parents.
Because sometimes the timing is tricky.
You've got a snow that, say, starts at 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, it may be snowing hard in Blue Springs, Oak Grove, Odessa. We think it's coming our way. It hadn't really done anything. And like I say, definitely, you know, if we haven't done anything by 6:30, we almost just have to go. Well, then, okay, at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, it's really snowing, and you know, you feel like you've made a bad decision.
David Figg starts investigating the roads early as possible, and he relies on other experts.
The big key is sometimes, you know, visiting with neighboring districts. If there is snow, all those folks are going to be out doing the same thing I am. So spend a lot of time talking with those folks, seeing what they're going to do, and of course keeping up with what 41's saying.
But the only thing these kids want is snow.
I think we're going to have about like 8 inches of snow. 12. 10 or 11? 9.
Oh, such a fun group of kids at Higginsville. Each of us here on our 41 Action News weather team will give our snowfall predictions at the end of our special. So stay tuned. We will see if our answers match theirs.
In Kansas City, it's Chiefs season. But when winter strikes, a new team is called in.
It's almost like we have to do our job and disappear.
What it takes to turn Arrowhead into Chiefs Kingdom after snow and ice hit. Plus, there's some of the most popular zoo animals.
I'm just checking the temperatures right now.
But not all of them like the winter months. How low the temperature must go before these guys have to go inside. You are watching our winter weather special right here on 41 Action News.
When the weather takes a snowy turn, you need an accurate forecast. On every device, you're covered with Gary Lezak and the 41 Action Weather Team. Kansas
Welcome back to the Winter Weather Special. I'm meteorologist Lindsay Anderson. We get to go inside and enjoy the Kansas City Zoo, but depending on the temperatures outside will also depend on the animals that we see inside.
Well, I'm just checking the temperatures right now. Looks like they have access right now. It's 50 degrees.
Winter weather forecasts are very important for each animal's safety at the Kansas City Zoo. Some animals enjoy the cold and snowy weather. Lions, tigers, cheetahs, and leopards can handle temperatures down to 25 degrees.
With any snow that they might get, they really like rolling around in it.
Berlin and Bam Bam, the polar bears, love what winter brings.
They do seem to enjoy the winter months more than, say, a giraffe.
More times than not, here at the Kansas City Zoo in the winter, you may notice the giraffe exhibit empty. That's because they're in the comfort of their warm barn. It has to be 65 degrees or warmer outside for them to come on exhibit. You could still get lucky seeing the giraffes on a warm fall or winter day. Baby Maxwell was born in September and was finally able to make it outside for the first time in October. But temperatures are not the only winter factor zookeepers keep an eye on.
Is it raining? Is it snowing? You know, is it really windy? Because that feels like temperature is the same for the animals that it is for us.
When winter brings ice and snow, the slippery conditions can make it dangerous for some animals.
But what you do have to worry about, especially animals that use their feet and they're jumping and hopping and kind of quick turns, is it going to be too slippery? So what we have to watch out for is not only a temperature for these guys, but is there a bunch of ice? Is there a bunch of snow out there that we have to worry about them falling or hurting a leg.
That's important for these friendly giants. If it's too muddy, icy, or snowy, elephants have to go to a special area designed to keep them from slipping and falling. And if it's under 45 degrees, these big guys stay cozy in their warm barn. The orangutans, same situation. When it's 45 degrees or under, they're just like us. They know to get inside. But don't worry, you can still see them even if you decide to brave the cold.
Each individual animal and each individual exhibit is a little bit different, but the goal is the same for all of them, to make sure that we're trying to be as green as we can and safe for the animals and safe for all the equipment that we can be. It is a fun place to come and know that we're taking care of the animals to the point where they're getting the care that they need, whether it be 90 degrees in the summertime or 9 below in the wintertime.
We have more information on each animal's winter weather tolerance on our website, kshb.com. And remember, the zoo is open 362 days of the year. I'm Lindsay Anderson. Now back to you, Gary.
What would you like to see this winter?
Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Amen to that one.
Who doesn't want that this winter? And no matter what it does outside, Chiefs fans will show up in full force to support our team. But getting the stadium game ready takes a team of its own. Meteorologist Jeff Penner goes behind the scenes to show us how.
It's stronger than any cold front, Chiefs fever, and fans hope it pushes them all the way to home playoff games, maybe even the Super Bowl. Sun, snow, Arctic blasts, sub-zero temperatures, Chief fans brave it all. But when winter weather hits, another team goes into action. Meet the March Brothers.
We start staging out here up to 3 days, possibly before a storm.
They tackle the snow and ice on over 200 acres of the Arrowhead parking lot, using up to 8 20-foot shovels, which dwarf a typical plow.
It's quite an undertaking, and the sidewalks out here are probably more of a portion of work than the lots.
It takes 30 minutes to attach each blade to a truck and up to 2 hours per blade to transport them to Arrowhead.
It's almost like we have to do our job and disappear like nobody was here, because everybody's ready to get into the stadium, and the Chiefs fans are diehards, and they're here early. And they're ready.
And that is just the parking lot. Inside Arrowhead, it's a whole different ballgame.
We have 2 different plans. If we get an inch of snow or less, we can typically melt that with ice melt. If we have more than an inch of snow, then we bring in our second plan, which is literally bringing in hundreds of workers to come in and help us get the snow out of the building.
80,000 seats to clear, with clocks ticking towards kickoff. Starting at the top, the Chiefs team goes into overdrive to clear the snow.
About 8 years ago, our stadium services carpenters built us a chute system. Okay. And we took a 16-inch pipe and cut it in half, and we built chutes that we put in the aisles of the seating bowl.
You've heard of scoop and score. This is more like scoop and toss. All the snow is moved to the aisles, dumped down the chute, and into a dumpster.
We would work that snow right up until we open gates. But for safety reasons, once the building's open, then we have to stop.
They stop so the fans can begin turning up the volume, transforming Arrowhead into Chiefs Kingdom.
So even if it's snowy outside, you can still tailgate like a true Chiefs fan at Arrowhead.
Capturing the wonders of winter.
All the landscapes change in the wintertime.
Local photographers reveal their secrets to snapping breathtaking winter pictures. Plus, how much snow will fall this winter? We give our predictions when our winter weather special returns.
How many inches of snow do you want to see this winter?
Oh, I'd love to see at least 24 inches.
Like maybe just enough for like Christmas time, and that's about it.
How about knee-deep? I'd like to see foots and foots and foots over there where we go sledding, go to ice skating rinks, stuff like that.
Well, it's been a long time. The past 4 winters have not had enough snow for a great sledding day. How is the weather pattern setting up for this winter? Let's take a look.
Winter snow, where have you been hiding? It's been a long time since this Christmas storm in 2009, and in the past 4 winters, we have only been able to make a snowman this big, or really, this tiny. The last 3-inch snowstorm in Kansas City happened on February 4th, 2014, when 7 inches fell nearly 5 years ago. That streak will be coming to an end this winter. This season, Kansas City experienced its earliest snow ever recorded on October 14th. We had several snowfalls in November, with the snowflake contest ending November 12th as winter got an early start. This is a sign of things to come. Kansas City averages close to 5 inches of snow in December, 5 inches in January, 5 inches in February, and just over 2 inches in March. And it snowed the first 3 Sundays in April last year. The yearly average is 18.6 inches, and in the past decade, KC has ranged from 3.9 inches to 44 inches of snow, with less than 10 inches 3 years in a row. Every year, the weather pattern sets up according to the LRC, the Leesax Recurring Cycle, which was peer-reviewed and published this year. It's my hypothesis that we use to predict what will happen this winter. The LRC is the centerpiece of a complex atmospheric puzzle. Other factors, such as a developing El Nino, are being weighed into our winter forecast accuracy formula. El Nino is the warming of the tropical Pacific Ocean. It will likely lead to some splitting of the jet stream. Storm systems will be reaching their peak strength near Kansas and Oklahoma, northeast to the Great Lakes and into New England. This storm track is close enough to Kansas City that we will see storm systems intensify as they approach us a few times this winter, which will likely mean more snow, rain, and a stormier winter than in recent years. We are predicting Kansas City to have above average rain, above average snow, and colder than average temperatures this winter. There's a very good chance of 2 to 3 major winter storms, which is 2 to 3 more than in the past 3 winters combined, because there were none. In the Kansas City viewing area, we are predicting a range from 15 inches to 37 inches of snow. And for the KC Metro, I am predicting 26 inches of snow to fall this winter season. Sleds, snowblowers, and other winter gear would be great to add onto the gift list for this holiday season.
Coming up, snow predictions from the rest of the 41 Action News weather team.
It's beauty that only winter brings.
You don't have to travel all around the world to see beautiful scenery. We've got that here in Kansas City.
Coming up next, local photographers share their spots to capture winter's glory.
I just love snow. I just think it's beautiful and it's quiet, unlike our thunderstorms. And you know, that's what I miss. I miss the beauty of the snow.
Well, some people say winter is the best time to get outside and see your city in a different light. 41 Action News anchor Richard Sharp teams up with some talented photographers to show us how to enjoy the wonders of winter.
A good picture will get your attention. A great picture will make you want to explore.
There's a ridiculous amount to explore.
It's a painting that will never be the same ever again.
So you don't have to travel all around the world to see beautiful scenery.
3 different locals, 3 different cameras, 3 different perspectives. But they all agree on one thing. When the color fades, the last leaf falls, and everybody wants to stay inside, there is so much to see outside.
Well, wintertime everything changes. You get lower sun angles, which means longer shadows. Mid and high clouds are more frequent, so we start seeing all those brilliant sunrises and sunsets.
Scott Blair follows the winter around the globe, taking pictures in places where people don't normally go.
Patagonia, Iceland.
He says, we're lucky here in Kansas City.
All the landscapes change in the wintertime, so you get a couple inches of snow, things that you've seen over and over in the course of the year. You get beautiful scenery.
I like coming out and exploring the Kansas City area just because it's beautiful.
Barbara Monroy is drawn to the outdoors. She focuses on the sky. To her, it's fine art.
I think I could probably be a storm chaser if I wasn't, anything else. Clouds are beautiful. They shape the sky completely different. It's different every single time.
Oh, look at that. It's something you can only see and really fully appreciate if you actually go there.
For Brandon Barrelman, it's architecture. He loves exploring the city and says KC takes on an entirely different feel during the winter.
It's the best time. There's a certain romance to like the quietness, the silence of Kansas City, especially downtown.
Regardless of the angle or the backdrop, the point is the same. The winter weather has a lot to offer, so get out and explore your own town. In Kansas City, I'm Richard Sharp, 41 Action News.
Absolutely beautiful. Winter can be absolutely gorgeous out there. The question is it going to be that way this winter? All right, you guys ready for your forecast?
I think so.
You've heard mine. Lindsay Anderson.
I'm going to go with 19 inches this year. I think we're going to have multiple opportunities to pick up on multiple inches out there. So I think right near average or just above average for our snowfall this year.
So you're excited for the kids?
Oh, I'm very excited. I think, like they said, a couple snow days this year.
A couple snow days. All right, Jeff, how many snow days do you think?
Well, using the LRC, last couple of winters, it predicted that we wouldn't have much at all. And so this year, I think we're in a little bit more impressive spot for snow. So I'm going to go for 27 inches of snow. I told Skylar he would have 2 or 3 snow days.
Okay.
I said.
So 2 or 3
legitimate ones, yes.
All right, Gerard, you've done your analysis.
I think still a good number of snow days as well, but I'm going to put the totals a good bit lower, close to average, 16 inches of snowfall, but I'm thinking that the snow we get may not total up to be big, huge amounts, smaller amounts that we get.
Wow. So, and I went with 26 inches of snow. We see a few chances for some big snowstorms, and for the whole region, 15 inches low in some spots to 37 inches. That would be great. So our average between all 4 of us is 22 inches of snow.
Ooh, I
above
like it.
average this winter.
That'll be amazing.
All right, let's hope so. The kids may be excited. I don't know about the parents. All right, well, thank you for joining us for our winter weather special. Go to kshb.com, click on the blog. If you have any questions, let us know. All of our special pieces are on there as well. And thanks for watching our winter weather special.